everybody assembled. Let's just double check, make sure my media guys are all ready. You ready? Everybody good? Okay. Well, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you here today as we get ready for Prize Fight MMA 6. It comes your way at the Landers Center this Saturday night. An incredible lineup of fights, probably without a doubt, and I think Brian will speak to this in a minute, without a doubt the most exciting lineup of fights that's ever been in the Mid-South for MMA action and maybe even the entire nation. An unbelievable card, you'll hear about that in just a minute. It's going to be a fantastic night with 12 bouts coming your way. These are real fighters fighting real fights, and it's going to be an amazing night of action over at the Landers Center. From the Landers Center today, Joel Cruz, Director of Event Operations. Joel, if you'll come up and just say a word to us regarding the building and how excited I know that you guys are to be hosting this Saturday night at the Landers Center. Joel Cruz with the Landers Center.
Thank you, Chuck. We look forward to an exciting Saturday night with 12 fights, incredible fights, as Chuck said. Busy weekend at the Landers Center with concerts and MMA, and we really look forward to the excitement this will provide the area and our continued relationship with Brian and Nate for putting on such quality and great events. So look forward to seeing everybody out Saturday night. Thank you all.
$25 and $35 tickets are available. We've got premium seats still available, and Joel would love for you to come by the Landers Center box office and pick those up. You can also log on to Ticketmaster.com and get your tickets. They are still available, although going fast. We're expecting a big crowd that night. It is going to be an absolutely phenomenal night of fights. Next up, I want to invite to the microphone to just say a word about Saturday night with Prize Fight MMA, Brian Young. Brian, if you'll come give us a word about these exciting fights that are booked for Saturday night.
I just wanted to welcome everybody to the press conference and thank you, each and every one of you out here and all the fighters as well for taking time out of your day to be a part of what we're doing on Saturday, May 19th. This press conference is very, very important in getting the word out and letting everybody know what a quality card that we've got for all the fight fans in the Mid-South in the Memphis area here on Saturday, May 19th. I'm especially proud of this card for two reasons. Number one, we've got, I think, the best matchmaker in the business working with us now that also helps run our gym along with Brandon Harder and his brother Zach. But Jake Underwood is very passionate about his matchmaking and always does it with the fan. In thoughts of the fan as his number one priority. He looks at it as, hey, I'm going to be sitting cage side that night, and I don't want to embarrass myself, and I don't want to embarrass all the fight fans for being there. I'm going to put on the very best fighters and the very best competitive matched fights in the area, and I think we've done that. Everybody that comes out Saturday night will walk away, I guarantee you, very pleased with all 12 fights. They're competitively matched, they're going to be action-packed, and I think we're going to create a lot more and new MMA fans Saturday night. So I wanted to thank Jake before he comes up on behalf of everybody at Prize Fight, how much that we appreciate Jake and all of his hard work. Andy Urick, this is his first time ever fighting on a Prize Fight card. I'm honored to have Andy. I've known Andy for a couple years now. Great guy. First class guy, and just really excited. You know, Jake had told me when he started putting the card together, he said Andy's a UFC level fighter, and that's what I had heard from Dave Ferguson and all the other guys, just how good this guy really is, this young guy, Andy Urick is. So it's an honor to have Andy on the card, and I know he's in a very tough fight, but it promises to give the fans their money's worth in the main event alone. So just also wanted to thank Brandon Harder, again, Jake Underwood, and especially thank you to Zach Underwood, who's just that trio runs our Prize Fight MMA Academy down in South Haven, and it takes it to a new level to me when we have our Prize Fight MMA Academy having such a stake now in the MMA community here in the Mid-South, and I'm proud of my guys. I'm proud of the job they've done and all the membership, successful memberships that we've created, and getting people in shape and teaching them how to fight and continuing to build MMA in this area. So especially, again, I wanted to thank Brandon, Jake, and Zach, all of our members that are here in attendance today, that come loyally and support us at Prize Fight MMA and are part of our family. So I want to thank those folks as well. Last but not least, tickets are $25 and $35. We'll have the jumbo screen up as we always do at our fights. So if you miss the action or you're turned around or at the concession stand or whatnot, you can always catch it on one of the wide screens that's up there, the Jumbotron. So Nate and Joel and everybody does a great job. As you know, folks that have been in the Landers Center before, not a bad seat in the house. It's clean, it's a professional type of venue that is unparalleled in terms of quality of staff, the friendliness that you're met with from the moment you walk in the door to buying a hot dog or popcorn or whatever at the concession stand. It is just an honor to do events there at the Landers Center, and I'm very thankful that we enjoy a great relationship, and they put up with all my crap and stupidity over the years, and they still have me back, and I want to thank the Landers Center for everything that they do, because they're the best, and I've done fights in hell all over the country, and venues on college campuses and 20,000 seat venues, and I'll just tell you, I'll go on record right now, Landers Center and Todd Master and his staff are the best to work with, and I've got the best event coordinator in all of MMA or boxing I know, and Nate Yoder, who's just a great friend and just an awesome professional. And Nate, I love you, pal. Thank you for everything and all the sacrifices you make. And again, thank you to all of you being here. I'm going to turn it over and let Jake talk about the card, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday night. And again, Mitzi Keller, our everything, really. She goes and gets food for you guys. She keeps you updated on Facebook. Mitzi and Scott Keller, thank you very much for being wonderful friends and supporters of us at Prize Fight and being part of our family. Okay, guys, I'll turn it over to Jake. Thanks again, and God bless. See you Saturday night.
I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm going to talk a little bit about the fight card, but I want to start out by just introducing y'all to the pro side of the card, because we've got 8 amateurs, 4 pros. I want to introduce some of the pros we have here today and just let them come up and give y'all a few words. First up on the card will be Brandon Harder. He'll be fighting Dave Burrow. Brandon is a knockout specialist from our team, Prize Fight. So I want to start with just letting him get on the mic first and give y'all some talk.
How y'all doing? First I'd like to thank Brian, Young, Russ, and Nate for this opportunity once again. I've been working with them for many, many years, and I will continue for sure to keep working with them as long as they keep having me back. I'd like to thank all my teammates. I think I've trained with everyone sitting up here, and they've all taught me something and opened my eyes to where I lack in this game. So thanks to all my training partners. My fiance Michelle, who when nobody else can, comes in, holds the mitts for me and trains with me. And I just like to thank everybody for coming out, and I appreciate it.
Brandon should be in a very exciting fight. He's a striker fighting a grappler. It's one of the ultimate matchups in MMA people like to see. Next up, I'm going to bring up Cody Sheffield. He's by far one of the fan favorites, big ticket sellers, and definitely one of the more exciting fighters on the card.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out here and everybody who's planning on coming to the fight. It's going to be a hell of a night of fights. It's one of the best cards I've ever been a part of. I'd like to, congratulate Jake. Damn, he's ugly, but he can put a card together. So, I'd like to, talking about my fight, me and Abe's fights, proved to be probably going to be the fight of the night. It's going to be a barn burner. Both of us are ready and ready to fight. And I'm going to try to come out and get a ticket.
What he touched on, I definitely do predict this being fight of the night. Both guys love to stand and bang, relentless pace. His opponent is here, so I'm going to bring him up next. Is Abe Wilson.
guys, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, and been training hard for this fight and looking forward to fighting Cody in the cage. It's going to be a good fight. Both of us are relentless fighters. We're not going to stop, and it's going to end with either a knockout or somebody's going to break an arm. No one's going to tap out here in this fight. So looking forward to it. Come on out, support us, get some good tickets, guys. All right.
The next two people I'm going to bring up, I'm especially excited for. They're the two bigger names in the Mid-South area. A little history behind them. Of course, Zach's my brother, so obviously I'm excited to have him on the card. But more than anything, his style of fighting is what's going to make for a good fight. Little history on him. Him and Andy, for the past few months, we've been trying to find both of them fights. We can't get them fights from anywhere. So these two, less local, we're having to bring people, for Zach, a guy from the other side of Arkansas. He'll be fighting Jimmy Van Horn, who's a Bellator and King of the Cage veteran. Zach's a Strikeforce veteran himself, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring him to the stage.
Y'all better clap. Thank everybody for coming out. It's been a year since I fought, and honestly, this feels like my first fight. I want to thank Brian and all the guys at Prize Fight, and Nate, and my little ginger brother over here, Jake. I also want to thank Andy and all his guys who've been helping me train, all the guys at Prize Fight, Brandon, Jake, all these guys over here. And other than that, I'm just looking forward to it. I'll see y'all Saturday.
The last fight, the guy I'm bringing up, he's the main event by far. He's made me the most excited getting him on the card. We're lucky to even have him on the card. Hopefully we can get him back again before the UFC gets hold of him. Little history on him. It took me forever just to find somebody to match with him. I had to bring a guy out of Cincinnati. He's fighting Josh Thorpe, who actually fought on the Fedor Jeff Monson card for M1 Global. So he's fighting another big name. Of course, he couldn't come because he's so far out of town. But I'm going to bring up Andy Urick, he's Strikeforce veteran.
Oh man, yeah. First off, I want to thank Jake for putting me on the card and giving me the opportunity to headline it. Prize Fight is a growing organization, and I'm really honored to be headlining for Prize Fight. Brian Young, Nate Yoder, and these guys. It's been since October of 2010 since I last fought, and I'm coming off of a loss, but I've been training every single day since my last fight. Everything I do, I work my butt off for. I want to thank Brian Young for giving me the opportunity, giving me a paycheck to come out and prove to y'all that I'm supposed to be where I'm at. KCS Exotic Cars for sponsoring me. My guys at Pincer Athletics, Zach Underwood, Jake Underwood, Brandon Harder. I train with all these guys around here. We got the best team of cross-training guys in the Mid-South. Nobody compares to us, and I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna show y'all what I got. I'm gonna fight my ass off, and this guy's gonna get a whooping, and there will be blood. I'm healthy, you know. My last fight I had bad elbows, and those are my weapons. So y'all are gonna see some elbows, and there's gonna be a lot of blood. So go out, buy a ticket. I'm ready to go, man. I'm shaking right now. I'm ready to fight. ready to fight. So, come out, get a ticket. It's gonna be a hell of a show, guys. So get the $35 tickets.
With the introduction of our pro fighters, we also have our amateurs. I'll just go down the line. We got Eli Noel. He's one of the local guys from the court. Julio McKinney, he will actually be the amateur main event. And one of the other local fighters, Drew Hope. Like I said, I'm really excited about the card. More than anything, I want to thank the fighters for making the time to be here. As y'all can see, they got jugs of water. They're still on their weight cuts. They took time out of their day to come here, and more than anything, I appreciate all their work, helping me budget out the fight card, making sure to help me with the amateurs and everything else. With that, I'm going to turn it over. Any questions y'all have? Any questions? All right, Brian, would you like to come back up here?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I got it.
All right, thanks, Jake. Thanks for putting together an exciting card. You can hear from the fighters. They are ready to go. Andy, we can't wait to see you and all the rest of these guys up here Saturday night. Let me just say, Mike Glenn, thank you for letting us be here today. Mike Glenn, always a great supporter of Prize Fight and all that's done here with Beale Street and the New Daisy Theater. Mike, we appreciate you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, $25 and $35 tickets are going fast. Get them at the Landers Center box office or Ticketmaster.com. It is going to be an unbelievable night this Saturday night, May 19th at the Landers Center. To our media folks, it is now time. We're going to let you do some one-on-ones, so we're going to dismiss the fighters down. You can come up here. We'll send them down there however you want to do it. We'll let you do some one-on-one interviews, but this will conclude the formal portion of our press conference, other than me saying thank you all for coming out today. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday night. Hey, you want to come up here? You want to? Yeah, they're coming up here, guys. Hey, hey. Hey, Zach.
Yeah, that's what I said. We're ready to go. Yes, sir. Okay.
Good to meet you, bud.
They don't tell them about it. I had to say that. You got a little work. You got a little work today. You got a little work today. You gotta be there at 3. This size. Nobody saw my figure. This size. Have you had those hot shorts on yet?